It's time I went back and joined everyone in the small salon. Emily, I must speak to you.
What's the matter, Louis?
I have news about your sister.
What have you found out?
Look, I've started piecing together the events leading up to my mother's disappearance and your sister's. Did my mother know about your secret?
Yes, even though I belong to the English chapter, her rank in the Order gives her access to a good deal of personal information.
It must have been Emma I saw in my vision. I was given to understand that my mother and your sister bonded during their stay.
Manipolazione. Parla dei messaggi, chiedi spingersi oltre l'incubo.
If Mother's really killed her sister, I'd better find her by myself. They say they spent a lot of time together. They got along well.
Oh, really? Do you think your mother liked Duchess Hillsborough?
Of course she did. After all, she's your sister. Well, we'll find them, Emily. Trust me. Should I speak to her about my vision? If what I saw is true, she might want to take revenge.
Immaginando se sto zitto non succederà nulla e tipo forse salta qualcosa. Se io lo dico tanto andremo ad avere qualche scena in più, quindi proviamo, diciamo io lo stesso.
Emily, there's something else.
Go on then.
It's about your sister. I don't know what happened exactly, but it's possible that my mother had a go at her.
I know, Louis. I found out that same evening.
What?
Well, thanks for not trying to hide it.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know if I could trust you. Now I know I can. It seems that your mother tricked Emma. She apparently asked her to hide an important book, so that even she wouldn't know where it was. And then she shot her like a dog to make sure no one would ever find it again.
What the...
How did you find out?
Sir Gregory told me on my arrival.
I'm sincerely sorry, Emily.
Thank you, Louis. But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
There must be an explanation, Emily.
That's what we shall see. Come, Louis. They're waiting for us.
E che casino c'è lì in fondo, Aspetta. Onesto, vediamo un secondo. Tratto onesto. Logica. Ulla.
You will pay dearly, Peru. I'm sure you were involved somewhere along the line.
That's right. Pretend you don't know. One piece of advice. Don't travel through France on your way back, or it'll cost you dearly.
Calm now, my friends. Let's calm down. Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
What's going on here exactly?
Sir Gregory called us together to introduce the last guest.
But hardly had we arrived when he set upon Monsieur Peru.
Chi è? Perché?
And what has Mr. Peru done to once again provoke someone's anger?
We don't really know just yet.
I get the feeling it won't be long before it gets out.
How could you dare do such a thing? Dios mío, you are all out of your minds.
Really, Duke Manuel? What made you kick up such a fuss?
What? Have you not heard? Well, let me inform you that yesterday morning at 10:22 a.m. precisely, in the middle of the Place de la Révolution in Paris, by decree of the National Convention which Monsieur Peru works for, King Louis was guillotined.
What?
Oh, no.
The King of France is dead, gentlemen. Our monarchies are in danger. I have said it before.
How dare they?
Oh, dear.
Oh, as if it...
Friends, let us calm down.
Don't pretend to be surprised. He got a fair trial.
Ridiculous! Bastard! He was sentenced to death by 361 votes to 360. You beheaded a king for one vote! Is that your democracy?
What an obnoxious act. Until this, anything was possible. This political coup will have grave consequences.
France is lost.
Gentlemen, please. Let us take a step back a moment.
In the name of holiness, he was the highest representative of God in France, Emily.
Calma le acque, non dire niente. Pensa a conseguenze dell'ordine, calma le acque.
Gentlemen, Duchess, we're all among people of reputable company here. We should be able to manage the conflicts of our nations in a respectful and orderly manner.
I fully agree with you, sir.
But
That's enough, sir.
with whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Louis Maras de Richet.
Are you related to Sarah de Richet?
Sarah is his mother, Duke. Gentlemen, this news affects us all, but I must ask you to remain calm. It's not the first time history has taken us by surprise. Let's ensure that our respective countries are allowed to respond appropriately to this news.
Oh, rest assured. The response will not fall short, my friend.
Good for you. Well, Your Grace, here I was preparing to introduce you as is proper, and you've beaten me to it. I'm delighted that we are all together at last. Our meeting will therefore be able to kick off shortly. I have just a few more little preparations to take care of before you all find out the reason for your presence here. In the meantime, I shall leave you to get to know one another. When you hear the bell, please proceed to the conclave room on my left, behind that door. I'll see you later.
Could you spare a moment, please, sir?
I'm glad you asked. I want to talk to you too. Of course.
I heard about your mother's disappearance.
He looks concerned. I don't know why, but I doubt it's from sympathy alone. Well, let's see what he wants from me.
Any news of her? Have you found her, maybe?
La conosce? Allora, ho fatto caso. Prendiamo indizi da qua. Provate qualcosa per lei. Interrogatorio. Quindi proviamo a interrogarlo in qualche modo.
Why? Is there something you particularly wanted from her?
No, not specially.
My questions made him feel uneasy, but he's keeping his emotions under control.
Your mother and I used to often speak together. I have rarely met someone so learned. To tell you the truth, I was about to make a deal with her. Did she tell you about our arrangement?
Cos'era? Immune alla manipolazione sto qua? Non mi ricordo cos'era. Immune per... Oh! Allora aspetta, prima che ci freghiamo. Dov'era? Immunità occultismo. Mi sa che si fa manipolare facilmente. Proviamo.
Absolutely, but I was hoping that you could tell me more about it.
Well, she was planning to sell me a very old book. I will make no secret of the fact that I am passionate about the subject. And when Sarah spoke to me about it, her account literally had me enthralled. I can think of nothing else since. You might have come across some old books in her belongings, perhaps?
Sembra ossessionato. Fallo parlare di quello che cerca. Mi sembra un po' deboluccio alla manipolazione. Interrogatorio sicuramente è debole.
As my mother's got so many old books, I'm afraid I won't be able to...
Oh, it's easy. You can't mistake this one. It's an ancient grimoire, composed of 7 parts. Each one is closed under lock and key. It was made in such a way that if someone tried to tamper with it, the sheets would be permanently tarnished. If you find it, you mustn't tamper with it. You see?
That's unusual. Unfortunately, that doesn't ring a bell. I'll look again, but I wouldn't get my hopes up. You seem very upset. Is it so important to you, this book?
Well, it's the search of a lifetime. What can I say? Every time I move closer to it,
It seems to slip away at the last minute. I was very surprised to learn that your mother had it in her possession. I thought it was with a certain von Borchet in Paris. Do you know him?
Manipolazione. È debole alla manipolazione, quindi persuasione mi sa di no. Oh, continuiamo con la persuasione.
Indeed. One of your close friends?
No, not really, but we were close once. Precisely over the case that concerns us now, because he claimed to have the book I'm looking for.
Another dishonest person. What can you say? Can't trust anyone these days, huh?
No, you can't.
I hope I've been able to satisfy your curiosity, Mr. von Volner, and that you succeed in finding what you're looking for.
Oh, and so do I.
And now, what if you told me who you really are working for, instead of keeping up this pretense?
I beg your pardon?
We both know what you're looking for, von Volner. You're the one who von Burchert was planning to sell it to.
For centuries, all those who have come into contact with the Al-Azif have bitterly regretted it, Monsieur de Richet. You are playing a dangerous game. Please know that I am working for someone who does not appreciate anyone poking around in his business.
Let me guess.
Holm, Mortimer, il re di Prussia.
Your dear king, I should think.
What? You mean Frederick William? Oh, my poor fellow. You are miles away. That stupid, pretentious puppet wields no real power. But seeing as you do not wish to be serious, so be it. Good luck to you.
Holm o altro? Quindi che lavora per lui. Ha detto Holm. Che cacchio è Holm, gente? Holm. Questo qua. O era... Ah, boh. Ah, madonna, quanta ambra c'è?
Amber. Amber crystals.
Principe dell'ambra. Abbiamo tutto l'ambra massima,
Ah, Louis. Just the man. Good Lord. How did the king come to be executed? I would think that the order would have intervened.
Your Eminence, I haven't been following the case. I'm sure that the Order did everything in its power. Unfortunately, you know the situation in Paris, and, well, it's chaotic at best. Anything can happen in those revolutionary tribunals.
The king is the official representative of God on earth, my son.
Your Eminence, France has become a secular state. The king was just another citizen to them. He refused to admit his errors, looked down upon them, and attempted to escape. What did he expect?
France has lost all reason, Louis.
I invite you to speak about it with my mother as soon as she reappears.
Is there any news of her?
Well, I hope it won't be long before I find her, Your Eminence.
Now you wanted to speak to me.
If I say the nightmare to you, does it make you think of anything?
Your question is strange, my son. Difficult to say. Could you at least tell me a little more about the context?
Think of a place and tell me the first thing that comes into your mind when I say the nightmare.
Let me think. I'd say Lord Mortimer's favorite painting on the wall behind his desk. You know, that painting caused quite a stir when it was exhibited. It is titled The Nightmare, and it shows a woman lying down with a creature sitting on her.
Questo è
And in the
interessante.
background, a horse. I don't know if it will be of any help, but I can't think of anything else.
You never know. Thank you for that, though, Your Eminence. I gotta go and see it just in case, though. I was wondering what to think of that Manuel Godoy.
He is reputed to be a very ambitious character, at every level. But his faith is unwavering. He is a staunch defender of the church. You can believe me.
È un po' buggata la roba qua.
I'm sure a man like you is in the circle of trust. Would you know what the conference that Lord Mortimer mentioned is going to be about?
Not really, my son. Well, be it Lord Mortimer or Sir
Thank you
Gregory,
for everything,
we
Your
are
Eminence.
never informed.
I
Si è
shan't take any
buggato.
more of your time.
Before. You are welcome, my son. I will be seeing you, Louis.
Ci sono buggati dei dialoghi. Potevo tagliarli. Ciao, via. Buongiorno. Tra l'indizio subito di tua madre. L'ho trovato l'indizio. Ma nello studio di Mortimer.
No, what have we got here? Well, it looks like a model. A model of a lock. It's as if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes. Well, I hope I never have to try and unlock it.
Che
Let's
roba?
take a closer look.
Fagiolini.
Judging by the shape, I'd say they're Criollo cocoa beans. The chocolate of the Mayas, the rarest of the beans. Some even say they're an aphrodisiac. When a product is in fashion, people attribute all sorts of virtues to it, not to be given to animals. Dark chocolate beans, very bitter. They're greatly prized in high society.
Guido Poletti. Poletti?
Might come in handy.
Secondo me queste bacche, queste robe bisogna darle al corvetto, mi sa.
A mina bird. Well, Waldo, is your master good? Sarah Deriche? Waldo, you know Sarah?
Capisci niente sto scemo. Andiamo. Il cioccolato sicuramente no, all'uccello. Andiamo nel bacche.
Sarah Deriche? Waldo, you know Sarah? What?
What?
Repeat that, Waldo. Sarah? What about Sarah? Good God, what's been happening here? Well, Waldo, is your master good? I don't really know what I was expecting.
Ma gli do il cioccolato, schiatta diretto sto qua, gli do il cioccolato, porca vacca.
The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781. Ah, this must be what my mother was talking about. Now just need to find out what she meant by go beyond. Hey, looks like it's mounted on rails on each side. It should lift up, I think. There must be a mechanism somewhere.
Ma...
Aha, I found it. Oh, what on earth is this? A ring lock now? Great. That's all I
Oddio,
needed.
numeri. Perché numeri? Porca vacca, chissà la combinazione di sti cose.
One eternity later.
William Alexander Mortimer I, the 12th month of Anno Lucis, 5190. That's a funny date. That date in 5000 is something again. I wonder what in the world it means. The date's calculated in Analusis. The 12th month is February? So that makes it February 1191.
What? Ok, invece che 5190 sarebbe 1190, però calcolato con l'anno Lucis, adesso non chiedetemi com'è il calcolo, però è febbraio 1191. Pare già una roba più ragionevole. Oddio, ce l'ho fatta.
Open sesame.
Oddio, gente. Porca vacca, voi non capite. Ci hanno ragionato, vero? Belli forti ci hanno ragionato, per fare tutti sti codici, No, Ma ci hanno veramente ragionato bene per farli, perché tra tutti i quadri che ci sono, quello è l'unico più strano.
Let's see what you've been hiding, Lord Mortimer.
Era il più strano. Senza l'occultismo non saprei mai, cioè non ci sarei mai arrivato a aggiungere più uno alla fine, senza l'occultismo. E grazie occultismo che ce l'ho potente. Poi era quello che ti mangiava più robe, quindi ovviamente più sospetto. Però senza di quello non ci avrei mai fatto gente, veramente.
This is my mother's writing. I've picked up her trail. What is she up to? Obviously, she wants to lure Mortimer somewhere, but where? The only clue she's left for Mortimer is his stone sword. It must be intentional. It looks like a decorative sword, like from a statue, for example. And judging by the state of it, I'm guessing it's been left outside for a long time. I have absolutely got to find out where it came from. Look, a pack of tarot cards. Has he been reading the cards? Mortimer? That would surprise me. It is a typical draw on a line that answers a specific question. To the left, Temperance. That announces a reward for one who patiently waits before taking any action. And in the middle, the Chariot, which symbolizes triumph and business success. To the right, the Emperor evokes a future full of power and stability. 3 rusty old nails. They're about 20 centimeters long. Something strange about this table. The Little Surgeon's Perfect Collection.
Una scienza.
Preservation using formaldehyde. Just as disgusting as ever. A skeleton by the name of Gustav, if the plaque on the plinth is anything to go by. These are feathers. Pigeon, probably. Strange. I don't recognize the alphabet. I wonder where the pictograms are from. It isn't Egyptian or Hebrew. There are 2 inscriptions on the sides as well as on the top. No way to know what's underneath. Absolutely no idea what it's for, but I find this cube fascinating. Looks like obsidian or onyx. It must weigh a ton. That must be for writing the homing pigeon messages. An iron mask. I wonder who it's for.
seeing things, or is that an actual von Leeuwenhoek microscope? Incredible. Mortimer really is at the cutting edge of science. Even at the Order, it took us ages to get one of those.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of fire.
Mi metto la collezione e basta.
A table of alchemical elements. So, Lord Mortimer also studies alchemy? It seems like he's interested in everything.
Mi ha dato il metodico. Metodico, ulla.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side. These cylinders rotate on the same central axis, so when I enter a number on one side, it corresponds to another one on the other side.
Quindi, se sono dei cilindri, il numero che ho là è... Questo è 1, questo 1, 1 e... Era 9. Così, giusto? Sono dei cilindri, l'opposto dell'1 dovrebbe essere 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sì, perché dovete contare che ci sono 9 numeri da 0 a 9. Se avete fatto un cerchio, adesso è difficile spiegare, però dall'altro lato è il contrario. Ecco, fatto giusto. Questo è stato piuttosto semplice, va a cabò. Oh, io...
Well, I better not dwell on it then.
Con stile, maestro della fuga, attenzione, eh. Qual è il maestro della fuga qua? Maestro sotterfugi. Sei uscito dallo studio segreto di Lord Mortimer. Attenzione. No, veramente io veramente ogni fine episodio spero che finisce, perché non ce la faccio più. Mi sto squagliando qua sul posto direttamente. Ho finito l'episodio, che bello. Avrei potuto incontrare Perù in strane circostanze. Non so. Ho fatto un massacro di roba qua, ho fatto, gente. 8 punti, no, io ogni fine episodio veramente non ce la faccio più io. C'ho la testa che fonde proprio, gente. Voi non sapete quanto tempo sono qua per risolvere sti enigmi, sti soluzioni, che poi dico, sono veramente fatti bene, perché sono veramente difficili. Bisogna proprio il ragionamento, ma vacca, boh, io fine episodio veramente c'ho la testa che fonde. Vabbè, finiamo di potenziarci. Adesso dovremmo aver potenziato tutto. Allora, questo non sembra male. Interrogatorio. Olla. 3 manoscritti, cioè, sono pieno di roba. Vabbè.